Hello everybody, I'm Landa, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to today's video. Today we are going to do a WIP and Chat, so grab out whatever it is that is your work in progress, aka WIP, and let's have a ramble, shall we? This week's project is basically still the same, the colorful tiger that I'm working on from the Dutch store Zeeman. But yeah, today I have zoomed you in a bit more, so you're not able to see like a big part, but yeah, it's a little bit of a mess around here, so I thought, you know what? Don't need to see all my mess, so yeah. Excuse me. Now, or like, seriously, I start filming and I'm starting to cough again. Like, are you flipping kidding me? Throughout the week, it's not been too bad. Because, let's be honest, the weather is kind of annoying. So, yeah, everybody's coughing at the moment. But, yeah. It's been okay this week. But now I'm starting again. Oh, well. Fits the week. This week has been a real everything and nothing kind of week. It was like a really ups and downs kind of week. We had some amazing stuff happen. Some awful, well, awful is not the right word, but some bad stuff happened. So yeah, I have a feeling that my brain is like everywhere, nowhere, and everywhere in between. Also, if you hear some like noise in the background, I don't know what they're doing, but I think that they're like bringing around some like of these like dumpster truck kind of thingies where you can put like the trash in and stuff, like from like building and stuff. But yeah, it's a little bit noisy outside. That's the downside of filming during the day. You have a bit more live stuff. Don't even know if my camera will pick it up, but just in case, that's why. Yeah. This week has been crazy, so most likely this WIP and Chat, yeah, you can already see how long it's going to be, but for me, I have no clue. I'm filming in the morning, so I have some extra time. I can ramble on for 2 hours, and it would still be okay. But yeah, you already know how long the video will be. I don't know, but let's just say I wouldn't surprise me if it would be a long video this time. Longer as normal, actually, but we will see how much of a ramble I get into. Trying to keep it like around an hour and a half, something in that direction, but can't promise a thing. But yeah, so where to start? Last week on Tuesday, I don't think much happened. So that's not something I really need to say a lot about. So that at least saved one day. Wednesday, my husband had a late shift at work. So we did drop off the kids at school together in the morning. After that, we went shopping because we needed to have some stuff for Halloween. Obviously, the first place we went to go to, we couldn't find like a shirt for our daughter for underneath her Halloween costume. So that was a bust. But we wanted to have some stuff for baking. So thankfully that we got. What else did we get? Not much, I believe. So yeah, we went to a city that's close to us and ended up also going to our own city center. There we did find some clothing for our daughter for under her Halloween costume, so thankfully we found that. Washed it out in the afternoon so she could wear it on Thursday when it was actually Halloween. After that, husband got to his work. I dropped off the kids. Well, dropped them off. Picked them up at school. Because normally my husband goes to pick up the kids at school on Wednesday. But yeah, he needed to start work at the time that he normally would pick up the kids. So it was my turn this week. Well, last week. So yeah, I went to pick up the kids. Everything was fine, thankfully. In the afternoon, we went baking because we wanted to make a test batch for like the Halloween cakes we wanted to make for my husband for when he went to play his D&D. This week it was on Sunday because somebody couldn't make it on Saturday, so they went on a Sunday. Excuse me. So I wanted to make 2 flavors. I wanted one that was a green tea, basically like a cupcake, and a plain vanilla, but made it orange because it would be going into pumpkin molds. Our son picked the green ones to make, and our daughter the orange. So I first off started with the orange with our daughter because for the green tea version I needed to steep some milk with green tea and stuff, and it needed to cool and everything. So I was to my son like, hey, you can make the green one, but that will mean that you will be last. So it's like, okay. At a certain point, he came and asked, like, when it was his turn. I was like, yeah, I told you. It would take a while. Because, yeah, they helped with the mix. Helped with putting it in, like, the first batch in the molds. Go to put more in, because I need more. But, yeah. I'm not going to let them fuss with the hot oven. So it's like, as soon as they are in the molds, you need to skedaddle, go upstairs, play there. But at a certain point, like when I had like the last batch in, my husband called like, hey, could you perhaps come by work and drop off some of these like big bags, because he apparently got his new work uniform in. So it's like, yeah, I have everything in, and it's quite a lot, so I can't take it in like my regular bag. So I was like, yeah, sure. I have this now in the oven, so as soon as it's out, I can come bring it. So I went to my son like, hey, daddy needs us to go to his workplace to drop off something. So we're going to do that. After we're back, we can bake the cupcakes as I promised you. So we're like, yeah, okay. And yeah, they walked with me for a bit. Then afterwards, we dropped the stuff off. And, excuse me. Afterwards, we went back and basically baked the cupcakes. So they were both happy. They got a cupcake each. They made one and they were all happy. Basically, dinner was kind of easy. Did make them happy. I made them spaghetti and meatballs. Don't like making like actual meatballs. Normally I use just minced meat, but every now and then it's fun. So they did that. They had some time to play and stuff. Got to bed. Husband got home. Nothing too exciting. And Thursday it was Halloween. So the kids also had Halloween at school. On Wednesday I asked the teacher like if they could use some extra hands, because on Thursday I go to the school to help out with like cutting up the fruits and stuff anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I'm here already, so if you have some activity planned, you know, I can use some extra hands, let me know, and then yeah, I can help you out. So it's like, oh well, actually I have something planned and some extra hands would be amazing with that. So it's like, yeah, sure. Would you like me to dress up? She was like, oh yeah, sure. Fine by me. That's fun. So I ended up dressing up. Just my regular costume I have, nothing too fancy, just a dress. It's like a vampire dress. Kids loved it because many of them were also dressed up and stuff, so I was like, great. I ended up making pumpkins with the kids. So they had like a apple sliced in twos, and when you put it on the paper and pull it back off, you get like a bit of a pumpkin shape. So I ended up doing that, got some green with it to make some greenery. It was also like to practice for the kids to work on like starting with the lettering, like making swirls. And yeah, not every kid listened as well as I wanted to, but thankfully of other people's kids, you can have a lot more than your own. Or is that just me? Like, are you also like, I can handle other people's kid not listening to me, but my own, I start to be like, are you flipping kidding me? Thankfully, our son, he liked it very much that I was in school, but he was not like clinging to me or anything. So it was like, that was also nice, because I was seeing happening that he was like, well, you're here now, so I need my cuddle time. Because he's like a really cuddly kind of guy. Yeah, so it worked really well. Ended up staying the entire morning. So one day got lunch, I got back home and had my own lunch. Afterwards, I just nicely went in the tub to soak, because yeah, the paint stained my hands a little bit. And also I wanted to relax at the top, so who's holding me from it, huh? So yes, I am still filming. Good. Every now and then I need to check, because it wouldn't be the first time that my camera just shuts off. Yeah, so afterwards I picked up the kids from school. They all had a fun time, so that was good. We just had a regular day after that. They were allowed to put on their Halloween costumes after dinner again. So just in case that they would come trick or treat, that the kids were able to, yeah, open the door dressed up. Like, it ended up happening that like literally nobody came. So it was like, are you kidding? But it was also that the day afterwards, like there's like a organized trick or treat Halloween, let's call it, event that's organized by our neighborhood. And that was on Friday, so that the kids wouldn't be up too late with school the day after. And yeah, that was a lot of fun, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, so the kids were kind of a little bit disappointed that on Halloween itself nobody came, but we're upfront with them like, hey, we don't know if anybody will come. It can be that nobody wants to come because tomorrow it's also like from our area, like the Halloween thingy. So when I told them that afterwards, they were like, oh yeah, tomorrow is also Halloween. So they were happy again. On Friday, husband had a day off because it was was it like a holiday at his work or something? I don't know what exactly, but at least I know he had a day off. That's as far as my brain got. So, yeah, he dropped the kids, well, our daughter off at school with me. Do know that I needed to be at like the teachers for something. Not entirely sure again for what, but not really that important as well. After that, we just did the regular morning stuff. I did my cleaning, my household chores in general. Husband did already start with a few of the like actual Halloween preparations because like Halloween is, I said this before, like our main decoration stuff, and he goes full out and everything. So he did like a little bit of prepping for that. He did the rest of the prepping in the afternoon. As per usual, picked up the kid from school. She was happy as a clam. The kids both played sweetly upstairs. We actually wanted to go pick out some sweaters for our daughter, but yeah, the entire weekend she was a little bit out of it. I think partly like also a bit overstimulated or something with like the Halloween stuff and everything, and it being out of the regular. So I think that was part of it. So we decided to not go for the sweaters. We'll probably be doing that this weekend if all goes well. Yeah, in the afternoon, like late in the afternoon, I got with our daughter to swimming lessons because that still went on. So we did that. Afterwards, I kind of hurried her along, like, come on, come on. Another kid from her class also had with her mom there. She was also like, okay, come on, let's keep moving. Otherwise, the kids are at the door before we're at home. Because they also wanted to hand out candy. Let's see. Yeah, after that, we got home, made some french fries for the kids and ourselves. But we didn't do the snacks this time. Normally we would. But I was to the kids like, hey, if we don't do snacks now, you have your dinner finished earlier, and then you can have some snacks later on. But then you're not like still finishing your dinner when the first kids come to trick or treat. Ended up taking a while actually. But that way the kids had their dinner done and were completely ready. So put their Halloween costumes back on. We were actually really surprised that our son like wanted to dress up. Yes, he only had like a pirate t-shirt on, but normally when he's like dressed up or anything, he wants to have it out like 5 minutes later. And he walked that around on Thursday like the entire day, and on Friday he wanted to have it back on, and so we're kind of surprised. But yeah, we let them take turns to come with me to the door. to answer the door to hand out candy. My husband had like a entirely black suit on and was in our messy garden, like looking at around like, okay, this is a little bit of the age of like how old the kids are, like are they looking like really frightened or not, or are they like the older kids like against each other, like I'm not scared, you're scared, and I'm scared for nothing, and like whole big mouthing each other basically. And then if he got his prey, he would like either turn on the light on his mask he wore, which would be like a kind of like a skeleton face thing, but it had lights on it, but he had like a black hood, like see-through hood over it, so you could like see the outlining and stuff. Looked really cool. But yeah, with like the small kids, he only would turn on the lights a little bit, so like a little bit to scare them, but not too extreme. But with like the older kids and the ones that would be like up amping each other up, like I'm not scared and stuff, and yeah, he would be coming like half out, like roar. It was fun. I did hear a lot of screaming. Also from the parents that were coming along with the kids. Yeah, the kids were very enthusiastic. They loved handing out the candy. Do need to say they're really good at that, like sharing their stuff and so and all. Because yeah, they are 4 and 6, and I know that a lot of kids from that age don't want to share their candy. But when we were in the car to go to swimming lessons, my daughter beforehand was like, hey, I don't know how exactly, but something like she didn't want to hand out her own candy. It's like, yeah, you know, but we bought candy especially for that. And if there are so many kids that we don't have enough, we will firstly ask, like, would you mind sharing your own candy? And then if that would happen, you for sure would get something else from the store tomorrow. So she was entirely like, okay, then it's good. And she was happy as a clam afterwards again. We're like, yeah, as soon as we are out of our own, like, especially bought candy, I would have gotten the candy from the kids, but obviously I would have replaced it with something else or let them choose something or whatever. Because yeah, it would be then their candy that I would be handing out. So obviously I also wouldn't enjoy it if somebody would grab my stuff and hand it out. So I totally understood her like concern. But yeah, it wasn't necessary, but we had like 2 big tubs of these, like especially Haribo little kind of bags. We handed out 1 to each kid. We had 2 of these big tubs with 66 each in them. And we handed out 1.5 of these tubs. So in the end, we had, I believe 101 of these like small things handed out. So it was a successful day. Really successful. Because yeah, it was a lot. It's like actually the most that we ever handed out on Halloween. So yeah. I do think next year it can even be better if the weather is good, because this year the weather was amazing. Obviously it wasn't like 30 degrees Celsius, because yeah, it was the 1st of November. There are some things you can and cannot expect at that time of year, but it was still a decent temperature. It wasn't too cold, so it wasn't that you're like almost freezing your behind off to go trick-or-treating. So that made it enjoyable. It's also not that every time you open up the door you get like a gush of cold air, which is also not nice. But yeah, it wasn't raining, it was nice and dry, so it was like the perfect weather for trick-or-treating. So next year it will be probably unlike Halloween itself, because then Halloween is on a Friday. So I see it happening that will be a busy year, as long as obviously the weather cooperates. Obviously you always have those diehards that go no matter what weather it is. But yeah, as long as it isn't raining too hard or too freezingly cold, I think it will be a good year next year. So yeah, we do need to stock up, most likely. Well, the girl's been flying. I cut my nails yesterday, so yeah, it's a little bit tricky to grab out everything. Ugh, those drills are staticky. Thankfully, like, at least for now, it's not too bad with like pouring drills and everything, but will be interesting as for when I am done with this kit and I need to take him out, because that can be something else. But yeah, trick-or-treating was a big success this year. I found out when we were like go along that it apparently had an end time of 8:30. Normally in the weekends the kids go to bed at 8. But we're like, you know what? It's a Friday. It's a special occasion. They can go to bed like at 8:30, maybe a little after. So they were happy with that. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to see you at like 7 in the morning tomorrow. Though you keep that in mind. Not that our son in general takes like much in consideration about how late he is out of bed, but oh well. I believe it was kind of okay with like the time they got out of bed. I believe it was like 8 o'clock or something. But yeah, so ended up like going to bed late. I myself was like totally knackered afterwards. So I did some organizing and some stuff. I don't know what exactly I did. But I do need to say, like in the evening, like last week, I haven't done much diamond painting. I've had multiple days that I wasn't feeling the greatest, like mental health wise. Still today I have one of those days like So yeah, I have done a lot of other things, watched some television, did some behind the scenes for the channel and stuff, some organizing and all the fun stuff. Some trying to research some stuff. In the end, didn't do much, but hey, trying is like half the work. What else did I do last week? Not too terribly much, but oh well. It's like that time of year again where I really need to get used to the fact that like it's dark early and it's gloomy and ugh. I really hate it. I'd rather have springtime because it's nice and light outside. It's not too dark too early. Not too light too early, because yeah, if you're in bed and it's like really brightly shining in your face, that's not nice. We have a small window at the side of our house, and yeah, directly goes from like that window, the sunlight through that window we have in our door, into the mirror across our bed, like in our wardrobe kind of thingy, and then right in my face. So yeah, it's not too nice when it's too light outside, too early. Because as soon as you open your eyes just a tiny bit, for whatever reason, yeah, then you're awake because you have the sun shining in your face. Yeah, on Saturday we had a organization day in-house. Well, basically like in the bedroom, because my husband, since he had his work clothing, he wanted me to, well, basically like pre-wash it, so at least he like stuff is out of it and it has a little bit more flexibility to it, because new clothing can be kind of annoying at times. So I rinsed everything out. He also had like his old work clothes all organized into like a bag that he firstly needed to empty out with all the stuff that he had from when he was like on the ship. So he had a lot of stuff in that, so he needed to clean that out. Then made some space for like the already clean suits he had in his dresser, because yeah, he needs space for the new stuff and everything. And yeah, wanted to have the old stuff he had like washed out, so it was all fresh and good to go in his bag, so he could like look up where everything needs to go, because certain stuff they need to bring back. Don't know what they do with it, but and certain stuff you can just throw out. So it's like, okay, I need to see what needs to go where first. So I'm like, yeah, fine. So yeah, he did that. We directly went, since he was under, he had like his under bed, the storage like under his bed. So like directly cleaned out everything else we had there. So that was also nice and tidy. Ended up being over 2 days, so it happened like on Saturday and on Sunday. On Sunday, we also got our decoration back inside for like Halloween and cleaned everything up, put our hairs, I wanted to say the Dutch word for it, the fall decoration. We put it all back for now. I believe in a couple of weeks we can put up all the Sinterklaas stuff. Not that it's a lot, but we have like a little bit here and there. So then the kids can be excited with that and everything. And so yeah, it's something. Oh, come on. This wax is not entirely cooperating with me. Yeah, on Saturday evening, both of the kids were sick, so yay. I think our daughter started like at the end of the afternoon, and our son started to get sick like right after dinner, so we're like, great. But on Sunday it went okay. Daughter still was feeling a little bad. She like puked a couple of times, especially on like Saturday. Once, I believe, from like Saturday and Sunday night. So Sunday I also got her washing done again, like I already did like her bedding. Changed it on Saturday, because yeah, it was just necessary. Yeah, so I could do it again on Sunday. I think I did on Sunday like 5 loads of laundry. Folded almost everything. I still have 2 bags of, well, baskets of laundry waiting to be folded, but yeah, hopefully this afternoon and otherwise tomorrow. I'm also just one person. I can't do everything, and yeah, I also do need my peace of mind, because I'm pretty close to losing it. I also told as much to my husband yesterday, like, hey, yeah, it's either the laundry gets done or like I am at least feeling a bit better. So sorry for the laundry. If you really need something, you know where to find it. But yeah, he knows that I'm like struggling at the moment, at least with my mental health. And he's okay with like having the laundry in the basement, like waiting to be folded. I also told him over the weekend, like, hey, at least it's clean and dry. So at least when we need it, we can just get it. It's not that we first need to like wash everything before we can get a clean pair of socks or anything. And he agreed with me, so there's that. But yeah, I'm also just one person. I can't do everything at the same time. Also needed to do like our grocery shopping yesterday. Did that as soon as I got back from dropping the kids off at school, because our son in the morning, like, he didn't want to eat his bread. So I was like, oh, come on. Normally you eat like 2 slices of bread. So, well, 3 actually. So don't start fussing with your first one. I had probably pushed him a little bit too much, because after he was done, everything came back out. So I needed to clean that up and everything. And afterwards he was feeling, oh, I feel better. So I was like, okay, we can go to school and we see what the teacher says. If she says like, I'd rather not have him at school, then you need to come back home with me. If she says it's okay, then you can stay. So I went with him to school. Normally our neighbor would have picked him up, but I went with them yesterday. And teacher was like, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for it. It can happen sometimes that they're just like, don't want to eat for one or the other reason, and everything comes out and they're all happy again. So we'll see. He ended up doing perfectly fine at school. Asked the teacher afterwards, like, hey, how did it go? She said everything went well, so that was nice. He came back home and crashed down on the couch for like an hour and a half or anything. I believe something like that. He didn't want to eat, so I was like, yeah, you know what, just crash on the couch and we'll see later on what we'll do. He just ate regularly, thankfully. Apparently did good afterwards, so I'm like, well, don't know what's going on, but yeah. Daughter was also like fussing a bit, like she was also fussing today, like my tummy hurts and stuff, and I was like, you know what, we're just going to go to school and we'll see and whatever, we're going to see what the teacher says again. I will see, but the way to school, she was running and jumping and being happy, and I was like, yeah, right. Probably, as we would call it here, aanstelleritis. So like, yeah, I also told the teacher, like, I don't know if she has like a real tummy ache or if she is just complaining for the sake of complaining and trying to get away with certain stuff, like she isn't wanting to do something. I have a tummy ache and hope that she doesn't need to do certain thing. Or if it's really something, I'm like, if it's really something, call me and I come pick her up. So I also need to check every now and then on my camera, like, am I being cold or not? Because for some stupid reason, my phone doesn't ring when I'm filming. So it's always fun. But yeah. So yeah, I'm really... Part of me is like, it's nothing. And part of me is like, oh, I don't hope that it's like, turns out to be something. And I'm afterwards like, oh no, because then I will be feeling guilty. I know for sure. But she has a tendency to also like exaggerate stuff for the sake of like as I said, like getting out of stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit of a something. But we will see. Hopefully all goes well, but oh well, we'll see. Yeah. That's also a little bit of a case of like, we'll see what we will do with like gym class in the afternoon, because if one of them like crashes again, then I'm not going. Obviously, because yeah, that wouldn't be nice. Let's think, what else? Don't know at the top of my head, so I am going to look to my trusty notebook. Yeah, I think that's honestly about it. So, how long have I been rambling? Oh, 40 minutes. But yeah, that's not too bad. Can ramble on for a bit more. Yeah, so I really hope that the kids are feeling better soon, because also our daughter is going to a little friend of hers tomorrow, if all goes well, because I already told her, like, if I need to keep you home from school today, obviously you're not going tomorrow. Because, yeah, I don't want you making other kids sick. And obviously she wasn't happy with that. Obviously she can go another time, but yeah. For the rest, planning wise, we are going to my cousin's birthday on Saturday, so hopefully all that goes well. Because hopefully it's not that the kids are sick before that, or it's like over the weekend that they are like really sick or anything. Okay, if it is, it is, but we also need to go clothes shopping, especially for our daughter, because yeah, she hardly has any sweaters or anything. I think I will be needing to let her wear those tomorrow to school, because yeah, they have their windows open at school like a lot. So yeah. Also, we'll be needing to like iron on all the like name tags for our son for his like winter stuff, so his winter coat, his gloves and everything. I am one of those like extra moms. I put like in each glove one of those name tags. Saved me a lot of gloves last 2 years with our daughter, because yeah, it wouldn't be the first time that she got like gloves back with like no name in it. I'm like, yeah, this one doesn't match the one you have on, so that can be yours. Take it back to the teacher, and yeah. But normally, like all the like missing stuff, found stuff, I can better say, they look like if there's a name inside. If so, it will be brought back to the class where that kid is in. If not, it will be going to the lost and found, and like I believe twice a year they will be getting like a notification out, like school might like, hey, if your kid is missing something, come pick it up. If not, it will be donated. But yeah, especially like the stuff from the lunch boxes. Our son is like many times that he has lost some of that stuff. So yeah, I already know like where to find it. Oh, come on. But yeah, I already know, like, my son is like one of those kids, like, if he didn't have his head screwed on, he would lose that one as well. So I do already know that, like, for his winter stuff, it will be happening multiple times that he has, like, no gloves on with going back, or has just one or anything, or he will be crying like, I lost my glove, which is no issue, because, yeah, whatever. Yeah, our daughter forgot, like, her drinking cup, like, already a couple of times. Yesterday was one of them. Thankfully for her, we still had a new spare one. And we had 3 because last week one of her old ones fell on the floor, like, again, and it was now, like, totally broke. But it was like her 3rd year with that thing, so it was like, yeah, it's okay. It was hanging on by a thread, like, for half a year already, so I was like, it held this long, so it's nice. I will be looking soon, like, at the stores, like, can I find one again, like, cheap? So we will see, we will see. Maybe, maybe not, but maybe. And otherwise, thankfully, we have one for, like, when it's too hot in the summers, or when they were sick, to have something, like, either in their bed or on the couch or anything. And it was the same kind of stuff, so she had her spare one to school today. So I already told her, like, good thing that we had an extra, otherwise you would have had an issue today. But yeah. Oh well, it's something. Well, yeah, so I think that will be my afternoon, like, doing the house chores and doing, like, the ironing and everything for, like, the name tags. Because the kids have their winter coats. Our daughter, if all good is well, she still has her name in it. So that is nice. That saves me a lot of trouble. Maybe I need to look at, like, what gloves are, like, beyond saving at this point, so I need to throw them out and grab a new one. And seriously, these drills are not sticking today. Yeah, so probably my afternoon / rest of the morning, because it's now 10:30, give or take. So the rest of my day will probably be organizing. Yay. Yeah, we'll see. Probably next week I will most likely still have a WIP and Chat, like, daytime. But most likely the 2 weeks after that it will be nighttime, because my husband has 2 weeks off. So it will probably be, well, kicking him upstairs in the evening. But maybe he's like, oh, I want to do this or that, and I can quickly film during the day or something. I need to see. Also, I have been pre-recording some stuff already, like, for the upcoming weeks. So I have some stuff already organized and scheduled and ready to go. Some stuff needs to be edited and scheduled. And yeah, it's a whole lot of something. But we will see. We'll get there eventually. So I think after I have this color done, I will be cleaning up and start doing the rest of my chores and housework. And ugh, I'm not in the mood for it, but somebody needs to do it. Because yeah, if I don't, well, we don't have any magical creatures in the house to do it for me. I don't have any magical powers myself, so I can just have everything done with a snip of my fingers. That would be so amazing. I would really love that if I had that ability. But too bad, I don't. Yeah, is there anything else you would like to see on the channel, like either soon or just whenever I get to it? Let me know down in the comment section below this video if there's anything else you want to say to me, ask me. You also know where to find me. Like if you have like video suggestions or anything, like always let me know. Can see what I can do. Maybe I'm able to do it, maybe not. Like also like if you have companies you want to have me try, so you know like what my opinion is before you are going to see. And yeah, as always, let me know. We'll see what I can do. Also put up a new short last week. Let me know, what do you think of those? Do you think the like finished project shorts are fun? Do you like to see more of them? Well, I can do more because I first need to finish stuff for it, but like would you continue to see them, or would you rather see like the little sticker I put up last week? Like, give me your opinions. In the end, basically I do what I want, because I'm here for basically my own enjoyment and just sharing whatever I think is fun. But yeah, it's nice to know like if you have an opinion on something, and yeah, maybe you can help me out with certain stuff, as always. Because yeah, even though I like to do stuff I like to do, it's also fun to know if you also enjoy it, because you say if like almost everybody is like, I don't give a rat's behind about the like finished projects you did because I want to see a review for them, well then I at least know. They are being decently watched, but I do know from experience that sometimes you just brainly scroll through like YouTube's shorts and you can find a lot of stuff that you actually don't even care about. So yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at this. We'll be finishing this little bit off screen and then start cleaning everything up. That's a little over 50 minutes. That's decent, I think. Yeah, as always, I hope you liked this rambly, random, well, not so random, this rambly at least a video. If you did, well, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, all the fun YouTubey stuff. And as I said before, if there's anything you want to say to me, ask me, want to tell me about my shorts or videos, ideas, suggestions, anything at all, leave them down in the comment section below this video and I'll answer as soon as I can. And if you have suggestions, I'll see what I can do. But with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, and I hope to see you in a next video. Bye!